Pheasant back.
I'm sorry, pheasant backs.
You're good. You're good. And I'll tell you, a lot of people don't know that those are very good to eat. You can only, the outer edge of them, you only want to cut back maybe an inch, inch and a half, maybe 2, whatever. But especially on the bigger ones, you can cut a little bit more. But just that outer rim of them, or man, you throw them in a skillet, fry them up. That's some of the best.
Really?
And I'm not big. I'm not big on mushrooms, but I do love morels and pheasant backs. Like I don't eat mushrooms I don't eat mushrooms on my pizza because
I was thinking of chicken and hens.
Texture thing.
The
chicken of the woods.
Chicken of the woods.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I
know what you're talking about.
I was thinking of chicks and hens with the little
chicks. Yeah, yeah.
You know, the little sprouts.
Yeah.
I don't know what I was doing, but yeah, pheasant backs and chicken of the woods. That's why I got these morels tattooed on me. It's for my family. We used to all go morel mushroom hunting, and I have memories to this day of us going out and and then me seeing just like a raccoon up in a tree. Like, what the hell is he doing out here this early morning?
Right.
Or like seeing we used to have red and gray fox that would work the back hayfield.
Yeah.
My mom and dad's. When we first moved in, turkeys would come through.
Yeah.
And then we got dogs, and it just you never saw them coming into the hayfield anymore. And I remember getting up before school and going out, and I would I can't remember the exact dates, but I was probably 14, 15, and I was running. So we had a creek that kind of just traveled right through the outer perimeter of the property, and I would set some mink traps, some muskrat traps. I thought I was trying to catch everything.
Yeah.
And I would catch a couple coon, hit and miss, this and that, and then I started going back onto the back, like ATV trails, back in the woods.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, this is pretty cool. And I was going down, and I was finding some of these drainages, and I didn't really know what they were at the time, but I just thought, everything's kind of making a big funnel, or like it's like a cone, like going to the point.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this seems like it's a pretty good spot. And it was on this water's bank, and there was a log that went across the creek, and I put a pocket set in, I hung a snare, and I set up on this high bank with a pocket set, or a dirt hole set. And man, that thing would bust ass for me. So I'd be getting up before school. I was probably, like I said, 14, 15, and I'd be running traps. And there was a day I caught a red fox, a gray fox, and a raccoon.
Really?
And I thought I was the shit, dude.
Yeah, I bet.
I did. I was like, holy cow. And then it wouldn't be nothing for me to catch a couple fox back just on my mom and dad's, and then all of a sudden it just stopped happening.
I remember when I first started trapping, Danny Butcher showed me,
Yeah.
the gist of it.
Danny Butcher, I didn't mean to cut you off, but Danny Butcher and Danny Souls are the shit.
And around our area, they've caught a lot of fur, man.
Yeah.
Now I remember him telling me when he was a kid, he had a bicycle with a basket on the front of it, and all the kids would make fun of him. And he said, I remember him turning around looking at me and saying that they weren't making fun of me when I showed up with a basket full of fox, and they were worth, I don't know what he said back then, but they, good money back then.
If it was during the fur boom.
Really good money.
Yeah, he was making good money.
He was a kid, but, he said they wasn't laughing at him then when he went and it was a payday, That's a good time.
You're probably making more than wages.
I grew up in the wrong time. I've always said that.
A lot of people say that.
I've always said that.
There was a purpose.
Simpler times.
There's a reason you were born in this time, so we just got to figure that out.
I guess.
But then that's why I think we're going to try and maybe start a nuisance company.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, so I think I've been talking to a couple guys, maybe expand a little bit and start getting into the nuisance work, and we're going to go 50-50 on the company, and both have years of experience and this and that, and could rattle off a resume for you. Professional is going to be an understatement for what kind of treatment people would get, I would think.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And with some of the resources and some of the guys I've talked to, I think we can handle a pretty good part-time season starting up.
Yeah, that'd be fun, man. Not only fun, but I think productive, and you could.
It's rewarding. You're not only making a little bit of a wage, but you're also helping people.
Oh yeah.
And still trapping. which I love trapping.
Doing what you love to do, man.
Yeah.
And it goes a long ways.
Well, I did want to ask you something, and I don't know if you've ever thought about it or whatnot, but maybe something to end this on. What's your goal for this year? What's your bottom line, like? And I always say goal. When you have a goal maybe that's a little bit unattainable.
Oh, for sure. It'd be I've got a number at 50. I'd be happy. I mean, for here, around Ohio, around where we live, I'd be tickled to death.
50 what?
50 coyotes. It'd be a hard stretch for me to do. I need to put some more work in for sure.
You just have to probably get a little bit bigger line and.
Yeah. I need to expand it, and I need to.
So what about 50 coyotes? What about doing this partner water line?
Oh, for sure, yeah.
What do you think?
That's all new to me as far as the water line. I've trapped coon since I was a little kid, but mink and muskrat and whatnot.
And doing on a large scale is what I'm worried about. Like, kind of concerned. Like, because you're rinse and repeat, but it's like you got to have a plan.
Oh, for sure.
You can't be scatterbrained.
Yeah, and be running all over the place.
Right, backtracking and.
Yeah.
So.
With the little bit that I've done coyote trapping, I tried to all make it make sense.
Yeah.
Well, you don't run clear over here to
backtrack and go.
Exactly.
Yeah, go back 10 miles or. Yeah. With
I think anybody that traps has, I don't know, has that little bit of common sense about them enough to know,
you'd be surprised maybe though.
I guess. But,
I mean, nothing against anybody, but like just, some things you just slip up and don't think about.
Yeah.
Or you don't try and find the connector that can get you from that point, from backtracking to just going and getting on a different route and straight away.
Yeah.
But I have heard guys say like sometimes backtracking and getting back on the 2-lane or the 4-lane is quicker for them to get on another exit than it is to drive the back roads.
It's true.
So in that aspect, I could see why it's maybe backtracking would be good if you could get right on an exit. What I'm saying? Like and then hit a 4-lane, and then you're hitting 80 miles an hour down the road instead of driving back roads.
I do it all the time at work.
Yeah.
Take the highway instead of to get around town or around the city or whatnot, whatever, wherever.
Yeah. So, but what would you like to do, goal wise, number wise? Like, what do you think?
I really don't know, man. Mink, I don't know. I mean, I'm like you. I like to up the bar. Be a little more
ambitious.
Yeah. 50 coyotes for me.
That'd be a good number.
For me, that's doing something.
That's a good number for anybody.
I feel like, but a lot of times
with the pressure that we have from a lot of different things, I think that's a good number.
Yeah.
Especially it's not like out west.
I'm talking running a home line. Like,
I know, but I'm not.
It's very far.
But it's not like going out west.
Right.
Where there's nobody that lives around nobody.
Yeah.
Out here in the Midwest, where we're kind of at, South Central Ohio.
Yep.
You've got a lot of people within us. They're everywhere.
Farms ain't.
They're not like
they're not like they are out there.
Yeah.
They're not. A 100-acre farm here is a decent-sized farm.
But to hit 50 coyotes, that'd be phenomenal in Ohio, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But if you're going to do a partner water line, say we're going, we're going to go out.
Yeah, we are going to.
What would be your goal? What's your goal on mink? What's your goal on coon? What's your goal on muskrat? And yes, I know muskrat's probably more of a like a not as high. Yeah.
Unicorn around here.
Yeah, it's not as high on the list to try and hit numbers, but mink and coon, what do you think? Or even like, man, do you think
mink 50? I'm gonna say coon. I think we could do 100 pretty.
4 days. I think 4 days we could do 100 coon.
Yeah, I feel like.
I think maybe even 1 day we could do 100 coon.
It's possible.
But I don't know if we could skin 100 coon.
Oh man.
But I know a guy that said he'd help skin.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Who's that?
Hunter.
Oh, like,
Yep.
the younger boy, isn't he?
Yep.
Yeah.
Good old boy.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. He's actually doing his. I think he's either doing his doctorate or his master's.
I remember you
his
telling me
master's
that.
at OSU.
That's awesome.
So.
Is he gonna put out? Try to.
He's gonna put out a line up there, I think. But but I told him he could ride along with us.
Oh yeah, he can.
And then he said, if there's anything like, because they were going to pay us $50 a coyote, and then that funding fell through.
Oh really?
And I'm like, well, if this is going to help you in the long run, I would love to.
Yeah, man. I mean,
and they're looking at just looking at travel ways, what they're eating, and then how they're dying. So he's like, if we catch them, we'll collar them, we'll release them, and then if you catch them 2 days later, you can kill it. And
really?
Yeah, no big deal.
Huh.
I'm like, okay. He's like, obviously I don't want that to happen. I want to see what they do.
Yeah, over a period of time.
Right. But, I told him, I said, okay, that's probably doable. And he needs 20 coyotes.
Really? I thought it fell through.
No, the pay did.
Oh,
he just needs 20 coyotes for his. He has 20. He has 20 collars.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. It did fall through, but he still needs to collar them for his research.
I see.
So, the money. But he said, look, I might be able to get your license. I might be able to get everything paid for that way.
Cool.
And then he said I can come out to your house and maybe skin whenever I'm available.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, if we get 100 coon day, we're gonna need some help.
Oh, sure.
Because we'll have one loop. Because what I would typically do is I run one loop, drop off, run the second loop, and it brings me back home.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah.
It pays off you being like 5 miles from here.
Yeah. Not far at all.
Right.
Yeah. Easy. We could run and gun pretty easily.
I would like to see us do 100 mink, 100 plus coon.
Yeah.
And then if you did 50 coyotes, I would still like to be able to try and hit my 100 coyotes. I think that'd be a good time.
Oh yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I'm not too worried about hitting the coyote numbers because, easy you could probably catch here on the mixed bag line, just us, 30, 40.
Oh yeah.
And then you trap by yourself.
Oh, it's not.
But I would say you run your own line on your own farms, your own, in your own free time.
I wanted to, a couple of my spots, like, I wanted to, if, we get a day here and there, have you run, I don't know, maybe I'll learn a lot more from now until then, but.
Oh, you mean just like take a look at it?
Yeah, just like, the hot spots probably.
We can bring the dogs out.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
And let them walk it.
Right.
And we can just walk it and then take note and see what's going on.
Right.
It might be.
Now on a new property for you, will you do that like, take
I do that on
dogs
all
out?
new properties.
But will you take the dogs out in the fall? Do you do it in the summertime?
Do it both times. I do it in the spring, I do it, and then I do it in the fall.
Okay.
I do it both times. And then I kind of mark
Let me take you down. Strawberry fields. Nothing to get forever.
Must be nice. Little lover, baby. Was it Coca-Cola? All right, lights, camera, action, baby. Take 2. There we go. So everyone has probably seen something along the lines of this before. The handle, you know, you can grab and carry stuff. So this is just a 1-end PVC pipe. So this is cut to like 6 inches. And all I'm gonna do is just drill a hole on one side and then do it on the other side. Try to stay in line. And then I just cut cable to size. And this is the same length that I use for pretty much all my other extensions. If I can give you the exact 15 inches. But what we'll do is we'll put a stop on one side and then we'll just crimp that on. Pretty self-explanatory really with this thing. Come down and then we're just gonna slide it through that hole. Very, very simple to do. Now we're gonna take a double ferrule. Double ferrule gets the loop. And then we're just gonna put another stop on there so it can slide back and forth and lock up. So you do that to both sides. And then you end up with something along the lines of this. So, pretty handy dandy. All right, man, thanks for watching.